And we're back with another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It is your boy Chris.
Blockbuster Ben. What's happening, everybody?
John.
Ageless John.
Yeah, Ageless John.
Fucking useless. Damn. Useless H.
Yeah.
John the Ageless Wonder.
That would be my super name. Superhuman name. The Ageless Wonder. Not telling you what the H is, though. You gotta figure that out on your own.
All right. There you go. Pop quiz.
Yep.
Hungry.
How have you guys been?
Bougie as ever.
Tired.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Working a lot.
It's been a touch since we've been here, right? It's been almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, like 10 days.
Yeah.
So long as it's been since we started.
Correct.
I missed you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Missed you guys too.
It became a thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We sacrificed for the fans, so they didn't miss any.
Yeah, you guys don't even know. You don't even know what we've been going through.
I will say, it wasn't for nothing. I was on a work trip, right? In Tucson, Arizona, which...
Beautiful.
Have you been there?
I've heard it's amazing.
Have you been there?
He sent us a picture of a resort. It looked so terrible there.
Shit was-
Some bitch looked like he was on a family vacation.
Dude, we got lucky with the hotel. It just happened to be within the per diem rate.
What's your per diem? Like $1,800 a day?
96 a night.
Oh, 96
That was
tonight.
$96? I'm moving to Tucson. I'm moving to Tucson.
And the thing is, I'll throw a picture, yeah.
When you see the picture here,
it was great.
It looks like a
It's like a $3,000 mortgage.
looks like a Disney resort or
It
more, really.
It had
honestly.
multiple pools. There was a golf course there. It's like a total thing. It was really nice.
Long story short, work for the government.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, well, listen, it ain't always like that. A lot of times we're at a residence inn. You know, like...
Complimentary breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, you do get that, yeah.
Is this the first time you've flown since you haven't worked TSA?
No, I went on one trip when I got this job, like a month in. I got to go to LA, and then everything shut down. I'd been to LA before, which is fine because I love it out there.
Yeah.
But that's why I took the job, was to travel.
Right.
And it, finally got to go again. So that was cool.
Do you flex at the airport?
Not really. It's changed so much. I hardly know anyone there anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's like the turnover rate's crazy. But if I did see like two people I knew, and I said hello and talked to whatever. But you don't have to flex. I mean, with TSA pre-check, dude, you just breeze right through. It takes no time at all.
Sounds like you still work for them.
No, not really. No. Do you not know what TSA pre-check is? It's the thing that
Yes.
you can just apply for.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you apply for it. You get it for I think it's like $80, $85. You get it for 5 years. Then you go through a different lane.
Now, John.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't know.
See what I'm saying? You're about to get me shot.
Oh. So you don't have to take your shoes off. Don't have to take your laptop out of your bag. It's like you just pay for it, and
I
got
hope no
money?
terrorists are listening to this.
You got money? Don't even worry about none of that shit.
you have to go through a background check. There's a whole deal. It's not just like anybody that can pay. You have to. They look into your background, but I'd say it's worth it. That and the thing that you get at customs, which I think is more expensive, the global entry or whatever, for people that travel out of the country.
I travel a lot.
Yeah.
You
Global
have to send me
entry.
this off camera because I'm
Yeah.
very curious because I do
Yeah.
a couple of trips a year.
But yes, Tucson was unbelievable. The food was, out of this world. Everything we had didn't have a bad meal.
Do you know how many rooms that it was a resort?
Oh,
It wasn't a hotel.
No,
That
it was
like
a resort. It was a resort. Yeah. I don't know how many rooms, but it was a lot. On the property. There's like multiple buildings and
it was nothing but mountain range in the background.
so that's the crazy thing about Tucson is it's the desert, right? But there are mountains on
Right,
like
that's what I saw in
different
the pictures.
sides.
Like
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it was
and
cool.
dude, it was one day, it was 108 degrees.
Nice.
And people always say to me, like,
Dry heat.
right? And I was like, you're an idiot. It's 100 degrees. I don't care. That's hot.
Right.
It is different. I had never experienced it before.
Yeah.
I would take 108 out there all day over what we got today. 95 and
today
and
was
gross.
legit like 100 though. And
Yeah.
I think the
Oh,
roof
like
was like
70
one.
now.
Yeah.
77.
It's supposed to be 100. It's supposed to be 100. Not real feel, but like the latent heat tomorrow. The sensible is going to be like somewhere in the 120s or something like that. With the
Yeah.
humidity. It's gross.
So gross.
Gross. How do we get snow here? I don't understand.
I don't know. But that's the same thing I thought. They were talking about the mountains, right? So the last day, there's a bunch of national parks out there and stuff. But the last night, Thursday night, my coworker and I, we had nothing to do. Like, hey, let's just drive to the top of this mountain. Right. It's like an hour and 15 drive up the like winding roads past like at the base of the mountain, you should see some of these houses out there. $1.5 million. It's crazy.
It's wearing turquoise bolo ties.
yeah. But it's one way up
Lizards
and one way down, right? So it takes an hour because it's slow.
Right.
But you get to the top, it's like 70 degrees. So like you get the best of both worlds out there. You could literally be in the heat in the pool and then drive up and hike in the mountains, and it's cool.
When we were in Colorado, it's similar to that.
Colorado's beautiful.
Denver was very similar to that.
We rented one of those slingshots in Vegas, and we didn't know what we were doing that day. I'm spontaneous sometimes.
Yeah.
Walked out, like, whatever. Buddy of mine, Isaiah, friend of the show, said, get a slingshot. It's fun. We got a slingshot. The guy's like, go to whatchamacallit Canyon. It's fun. I'm like, all right, it's Vegas, 100 degrees.
It's called whatchamacallit?
It's something. I don't know what it's called.
Oh.
Some canyon.
Oh.
And Julia had 90-degree weather shit on. So did I, but I'm a guy.
Right.
So it's a slingshot. It's got no top. And by the time we get to where we're going, there's fucking snow on the ground. And I was like,
yeah.
Yikes.
Dude, I
Did
thought...
not enjoy that.
No.
You could have warned us.
Yeah, for real. So I thought when we got to the top, it was just going to be like a lot of these like it's just a lookout. You can see you're at the top, and you turn around and go down.
Yeah.
There's literally a whole town up there. Like it was, nobody told us.
Right.
We got up there. It's a town called Summerhaven, and
It's a cool town name.
unreal.
Yeah.
So we just ended up hanging out and like we found a pizza place, a gift shop, driving through these back roads. The views, people's decks, literally hanging off the side of the mountain,
Right.
and like you're looking out for
Forever,
miles and
forever.
miles.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
I looked at if you look on Airbnb, because there's some properties out there you can rent out. There's a ski lodge up there. I mean, it was nuts. I went from thinking like, who would ever want to go to Tucson to like, dang,
I need to go back.
I wonder what properties like out there. That resort, I could go there and just chill for a week. Like that's the type of like, a lot of vacations where you go and you're like, let's do this, let's do. I could go and just chill at that resort for a week. Maybe play like I don't golf, but maybe play golf or just like go eat around Tucson. Again, food was unreal. They have these things called Sonora dogs. Best hot dog you'll ever have in your life. Ooh. Yeah. Unbelievable food, man.
Sonora dogs.
Sonora dogs. Yeah, it's Mexico.
What makes them good?
The bread.
What does Sonora mean?
It's from the Grand Sonoran
When
Desert.
you got like, when you're sleeping, making a bunch of noise.
Sonora.
I caught that one. But yeah, they put it's a bacon wrapped hot dog, beans, pico, mayo, mustard, a couple other things, but it's this Mexican bread roll that I'll show you some pictures of that too. Everything was great. And I told you guys, remember I mentioned I was going to see a movie out there. I always look for the theaters and stuff. So it's the last thing I want to mention about Tucson because the theater was awesome.
Yeah.
It's exactly the kind of theater I look for.
Okay.
The movie. One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh, no!
One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
What movie?
2.5 hours
Garbage.
of garbage, man. Like, and so the theater, man, like, you get it's good, like good snacks. Just it's not overpriced. It's cool. Like, I walked up and it's hella old people going in. I knew what they were there to see because I was going to see it too. Old people and hipsters. That's what I was in this movie theater with, right?
It's probably Tucson.
Yeah, they have a cool like Fells Point type area too. So,
Big lizard statue right in the middle. It's beautiful.
So the movie's called 8.5, right? It's an Italian movie from 1963. So it's subtitled. It's in black and white, right? But if you look on, it's on IMDb's top 250. And if you look at anybody like that talks about it, they say it's one of the best movies of all time about movie making, right? The guy, the program director at the theater that introduced it. He's reading off all these cue cards. Critics say this, critics say this.
He say that before the movie started?
Previews ran, and then he comes out.
It was a time capsule.
Yeah. It was, I like that. I like that's kind of cool. And had it been a good movie, I'm totally in.
Right, the ambiance of it all.
But like, dude, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, it's about a movie maker who has like writer's block. And he just can't get the thing out.
Made a movie.
And he like retreats into his own thoughts. So it's his memories and his dreams that you're watching the whole fucking time. But I had no idea what was going on. It made no sense. And for people to like
thinking of ending things.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. So for the guy to come out and say how great it is,
right.
and I looked shit up afterward, it won Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars in the 60s.
And they spoke English?
No.
You watch a foreign language film?
No, dude. I'm telling you, it got to.
I would have made it 15 minutes. In
Son,
I would not have.
The theater was also showing Green Knight. I almost got like a half hour later. I had this window where I was like, I might go do it.
I just snuck over.
But so here's the thing. I wanted to say I saw the whole thing. So when it comes to if I ever get to a conversation,
so next year when we do our nominations, this one's like
it might be a front runner.
Okay,
son. so many times, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. What am I doing? But I kept fighting. And I was like, I'm gonna stay. But it got to the point that I was just like, wasn't even reading the subtitles. I was just watching what was happening on screen. And then when it was finally over, I was like, thank God. And I'm pretty sure the girl in front of me, who was with her boyfriend, like, I feel like I could feel her vibe. She was like the same boat as me, but her boyfriend was like eating it up. But I wanted to wait afterwards.
Those are the type of movies that pretentious people watch, and they pretend like they like it, so that they can feel like they're better than you. You didn't get it?
I would have stood outside of there to look at people's reactions.
I almost did.
The theater, like,
I went out the back door, and I wanted to talk to just anybody.
Oh yeah, I would have fully pretended like I liked it.
And I was
that
like,
was so good. I want to hear a bunch of people just.
I wanted to say I can't be the only one, right? Somebody else in here had to fucking hate this movie. And it is, but you're right. It's the kind of movie that people
so deep.
To still say that it's one of the greatest movies of all time. Get out of here. You're lying to yourself and you just want to seem cool. Like, no shot. No way, man. No way.
You wouldn't know because you're not an athlete.
Right, yeah, exactly. So the other thing is that, like, I watched another movie, like, unknowingly, actually, on HBO from the same year that was also nominated for Best Foreign Picture that year. Infinitely better.
Crouching Tiger?
Easy to understand. No, it's called Knife in the Wall.
Paint dry?
Yeah. Dude, it just, I listen, I mean, I can appreciate
I loved it,
an old movie. I can watch subtitles. It's no problem.
Right.
That movie fucking sucked. It sucked.
I liked it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
8.5?
Yeah.
You've never seen it.
I can't wait for 9 to come out.
When the writer was thinking about the flowers in his brain,
You're an idiot.
I almost
And then he had to go back to the buds because he had to go backwards.
Yep.
I almost broke up with my wife because she's just not deep enough to conceptualize something that magnificent.
That's why they call it 8.5 because it's so deep.
You know why they call it that? They said he called it that because it was like he didn't have a. Oh man, I forget. But I read there was a reason why they called it that.
I just gave you the reason.
Yeah.
He's telling me this pretentious ass writer had writer's block.
Yeah.
So he wrote a movie about having writer's block.
Yeah.
Got all these accolades.
Yeah, dude. Crazy.
Yes.
Dude, people were laughing when they thought they were supposed to laugh. It was absurd.
Everybody's looking around.
I was like, you guys are crazy. This is awful.
Is everybody eating peyote here? I don't understand what's happening here.
I laughed a lot at the disaster movie, but that's just because of how bad it was.
Yeah. But moral of the story, Tucson is dope, and that movie theater is awesome. I wish I just would have gone to see the Green Knight that was there. So definitely, it's called the Loft Cinema. So if you're ever in Tucson, check them out. It's really cool.
8.5.
They almost went out of business during COVID, and people that have memberships there, like, they donated and stuff. If you're a member, you can see a movie for like $6. It's pretty cool. So anyway, let's jump. Let's talk about our beverages here real quick and our popcorn, and then we can jump into
the movie.
Yeah. Yep.
This is Miller Lite.
Miller Lite in a fancy plastic glass.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
White Claw.
White Claw.
White Claw.
Healthy as hell.
Healthy as hell.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait a minute. You can't. I thought you said you weren't allowed to do that. Okay. What I got? I got
a bunch of drinks for custom BT dubs.
Yeah, the whole rest of that drink, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
You said at least 10 F words.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I could tell you're out of
That's
sorts.
how bad it was,
I
dude.
can tell you're out.
I might bleep them.
I didn't want you to stop.
I think YouTube prevents our videos from being seen by more because we cost so much.
That's what it has to be.
Yeah. But it's Monument City Brewing, Baltimore, Maryland, Trail Runs, the low-cal IPA, which is a good beer. I like it. I've had it before.
That's who I got. That's the beer that I got when we went
At
to...
a Chard. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good company. Good beers. So, and then the popcorn is the In Queso Fire. I had one tub left of this from Double Good Popcorn Company. Chris has had it. John has not.
You tried it yet?
Double Good. No.
It's Double Good.
I was trying to do live review.
Double Good.
Dude, so...
The mo better.
The first time we had this, their popcorn, Chris was like shitting on their name.
Double Good.
He's like, Double Good is so dumb. I was like, dude, what the... I was like, I like it, first of all.
The flavors are great.
It's like concrete.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, we post the video, right? Chris had said,
Are we trying it?
oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chris had said their name should be the More Better Popcorn Company, right?
I remember this.
So then they comment.
That's not what it should be called. But that was just a quick little route at the top.
Yeah. So they comment and said, hey, thanks for spreading the word. You're friends at the More Better Popcorn Company. So I thought that was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Most asbestos.
Yeah.
This is amazing, by the way.
It is actually really good.
Flavors.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some more because I want you to try their Chicago. The caramel cheesy one, remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Is the other one better?
I like this one better, personally.
No.
It's called Easy Peasy Caramel Cheesy.
And that's why we're getting them.
Japanese.
Because their names are so funny that they stopped at the company's name. Like the popcorn names are fire. They're good.
Maybe
Like
I should hire you.
The double good.
They should hire you.
No, they're doing great at everything.
As a consultant.
All of it's on point. Double good. I don't know where that came from.
Right, check out their website. They have hella flavors, and you can do fundraisers with them. If you're looking to do a fundraiser, and you want to set up to sell popcorn, think like Joe Corby's. A portion of the proceeds, everything will go to you or whatever.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I love it a lot.
I do enjoy this.
And thank you for the shout out.
Yes, appreciate you commenting. We
Yep,
love all the
absolutely.
comments.
Also, you're welcome for our shout out.
Thank you. Yeah.
Most importantly.
So what do we have on the docket tonight?
Yes.
Well, we've covered a lot of it. Really, all we need to do now
We're rolling.
is review Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
And
and then
then
we're going to recap the Ultimate Blockbuster Night from last night. Or last week, sorry, 2 weeks ago.
John's got an arrogant face on. I don't know who won yet, but I feel like
Probably Breezy.
I know it was close because Ben shared it again today. And
Trying to get more
if
comments
Ben
up.
shared it. He had to be close.
You should never play poker. You do not have
No.
a good poker face at all.
It's not about the results right now. That's why I shared it, though. I was like, I need more votes.
I saw it and I was like, oh, this one.
And I feel like
But
we
you guys
had,
are welcome to do it too. That's
I
the
feel
thing.
like we had a lot of votes.
I didn't
We did.
share it at all.
We did.
I'm a bad host.
Your share had like I think between you responding like
Your
10
share
or
was
12.
mostly me. I watched that. I was like, oh, in the bag. See you all next week.
You had like 10 or 12 votes. I had 4, I think, on mine. Our original post had like 20 something, and then between text messages and responses I got today, we
I'm
had
just gonna
about
start texting people like, "Hey, did you guys vote for C yet?" Because I just want to make sure.
Did you vote for C yet?
Make sure.
See, I didn't even share it.
That was his.
I'm.
Oh.
C was mine.
Theoretically,
Right. Gotcha.
mine was A this week.
Okay, so the Suicide Squad.
Yep.
2021, not to be confused with Suicide Squad from 2016.
They
Okay,
added the to this one.
they did. They changed it up.
Whole new ball game,
Yep, rated R.
as it should be.
Yeah, 2 hours and 12 minutes, and written and directed by James Gunn, who we know and love from Guardians, man. I mean, first 2 Guardians, and actually I didn't know it until today. He also wrote and directed that movie Super. Have you seen that with Rainn Wilson, where he plays like a
I didn't
vigilante?
like that.
No, but that's his movie. I didn't know that was
That
him
was
until
super
today.
gory too.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like I was like, oh, what is this? Yeah. I looked at my rating. I think was like 6 out of 10 on
I was
from,
not.
from back when I watched it a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
But okay, so the plot of the Suicide Squad. So basically, the Suicide Squad or Task Force X, as they're referred to in the movie multiple times. They say the Suicide Squad is too degrading. I think they said that's about the name.
There actually is a comic that transforms to Task Force X.
Right.
So that's probably little Easter eggs to the
Oh, yeah.
potential next one.
So they're sent on a mission to a remote island to destroy this old Nazi-era science lab that holds a secret experiment called Project Starfish. That's the plot. Yeah.
Sometimes that's a code word.
We'll get to that.
Butthole.
Oh,
Do you
damn
think
it,
that's
damn
relevant?
it, Chris! That was my line, you son of
it
a
really?
bitch! Yes!
Oh.
God damn it! Such an asshole.
No, butthole.
Right.
God, to starfish.
Ben, that should have been your line.
It's a good thing I wrote down multiples because there were multiple good lines in this movie. But that was the one I was
And
hoping.
from him too.
I was hoping neither one of you guys were going to say that one because I love that one.
okay, that's
Yeah.
nice.
We should talk before we do the show.
It's okay, dude. It's more fun. Like it's more fun. But anyway, so what did you guys think overall? Like, what did you think of the movie?
I liked it.
I thought it was okay.
That's
I think that the humor kept me in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep the first time I watched it.
Me too.
Right in the middle.
Little bits.
Yeah.
I was in and out, but I woke back up
Yeah.
and then finished it.
Yeah, I fell asleep basically exactly halfway through. And
Yeah.
some of that was because I worked all weekend. I tried to watch it to Sunday. I was kind of wore out, but also because
a lot of the beginning takes place at night too. I know that sounds stupid, but that will help me.
It was the middle of the movie.
If the movie's dark, if like your old basement is dark, you get in your your nook.
Yeah,
you know, it's done.
I wasn't even in my spot. I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
We talked about that the other day. I wasn't in my seat.
No, yeah, it's. But I'm with you because I dozed, and I missed I think little important like tidbits. So I'm glad I watched it a second time because I liked it more the second time. Like had I just gone off like that first like half-ass viewing, I would have come in here ready to totally shit on it. So yes.
My cousin had a bed today.
I like
it. Me too.
Sorry guys, I'll probably end up bleeping a lot of these words.
No, he will. Podcast Ben is on the movie review. He's just.
I
don't know if you guys listen to the podcast, but it's this Ben.
It's different.
It's a Scotch higher.
Yeah, there were a lot of great jokes. Very great jokes.
Very good humor in this.
Yeah, the like special effects and the violence and all the blood gore. It looked great.
The colors were good.
Yeah, I mean it was bright. Yeah, it looked
like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like you would think James Gunn would do.
The face getting shot off.
A bunch of those.
The very beginning.
Oh yeah.
The very beginning.
Yeah.
That face getting shot off. That looks like you see it happen before you hear the sound, which was super cool because that's how it would go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, and I go. I'm sorry.
No,
it's like, and it's like this is kind of, I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler here.
Yes, it is. But
I mean, we're going to talk about it. It's hard to talk about it.
Spoilers ahead!
There's a lot of major actors that they show in the previews.
Oh
that
yeah.
You lose right away, like within the first 30 minutes, and I was like, all right, well, they got to do a flashback.
Yeah.
Or something. And you get a little something, but yeah, at the beginning actually really hyped me up. I was like, oh shit, this is getting ready to be something.
Yeah.
And again, not that it was terrible, and again, so I guess my mindset, and maybe I got to change a little bit with this movie group.
you still like it how you
well,
like
because it's just because like the Marvel movies are so good and the plots are so good.
They're so deep.
I mean, there's just they're intriguing. Like I can't go into these movies with that same perspective because they're just not written that way, and I don't think they are. I think they try to be a little more crazy, a little more insane, a little more comic booky than the Marvel movies.
So I have a theory on that.
You talking about this movie right now?
Yeah, Suicide Squad, and the last one was a little bit fantastical. Also, I mean, they were a little bit. It was a little bit far fetched. Not like Furious 9, but I mean, but it is. I mean, some of it, it's a little. It's a superhero kind of movie, but it's without like the really good acting.
But I have a theory on the Marvel thing versus the DC thing. Obviously, it's totally different. It's not even really comparable.
No,
but the potential's there because they're all basically the same characters, just on different labels.
Yep, and set in either New York or Gotham.
Same city.
Yeah,
but Marvel crushed it out of the gate. And when Iron Man did what it did, they said we're making 20 movies out of a super lineup. So it's almost like watching a show, right? We talk about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia a lot. It's great. We love it. But if we bring someone in that just comes in and they're not engaged in the character development, they're not going to laugh as much as we do.
Yeah.
So with Marvel, even if this movie was the same movie but with Marvel characters, I feel like people will love it a lot more because you're so tied to the character development that they've already had. And that's just a personal thought.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Like if that was Black Widow.
Yeah. So the thing with this one is that DC has gone through a quote unquote regime change at the top. So whereas when the first Suicide Squad came out, they had a lot of like input and changes, and a lot was cut and all this stuff. Whereas James Gunn, when the new people came in, they were like, hey, they literally said you can do whatever you want. He had total creative freedom, and he apparently is he loves the original comics, and he was trying to stay, I guess, as true as he could to that. And I don't know those comics, so if I did, maybe I would appreciate what he did more. Again, I don't hate this movie, but I didn't love it, and I wanted to love it, but I couldn't. I didn't know any of the characters besides Harley Quinn and Rick Flag and Amanda Waller.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like the the character development is very necessary.
Yeah.
Like it, and spoiler alert, they don't. But if Batman or Superman or somebody made some sort of an appearance, that would have been like ground shaking in this movie.
Yeah.
But also, James Caan could be setting up to
Gunn.
make a few more.
James Gunn.
James Gunn.
James Caan is an actor.
Jeremy Caan is a friend.
Jeremy Caan's a friend of the show.
Sean Connery did.
Yeah.
Sean Connery.
So, lastly, I thought Margot Robbie was incredible. Still, she's very great. Like as Harley Quinn.
So crazy.
Yeah.
We're crazy.
You know that stunt, the scene where she's hanging by her wrist and she uses her feet to
Kill the guy.
That and then unlock the lock.
Yes,
she did that. Like that was her. I wanted a stunt double. That was her. I thought that was pretty cool. And then John Cena, I thought was the perfect person to play Peacemaker.
See, I like John Cena, yeah.
But I was just bringing that up because we talked about him in the Fast and Furious movie, where it's like trying to be too serious.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, and he was trying to be too serious in this, but everyone knows it's a joke.
Yeah.
So it's a different vibe, and I thought he was the perfect person to play.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
The best way to describe it. He
Yeah,
is an idiot.
man. So
I
anyway,
think some of his humor is a little bit forced, but he is a good idiot, and like one of my favorite lines is his. Definitely.
Yeah, he had the majority of the best ones, I think. So we can move into the real heavy spoiler territory if you guys want, unless you got anything general left to say. We can hit our likes, dislikes, and then move on from there. Any specific spoilery likes that you guys had about the movie?
So before the spoiler, we'll jump into it real quick. But one thing about this movie that I enjoyed was individuals' characters.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like a cohesive movie because I was tied to specific characters. If it wasn't for like 3 of the characters, it would have sucked.
Yeah.
But 3 of them drug the whole movie to where I enjoyed it.
Which is who?
Idris Elba,
Bloodsport.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
And I was a big fan of the John Cena guy.
Peacemaker.
Whatever that
Yeah, Peacemaker.
I know some of these words.
Yeah. I really liked Ratcatcher 2 as well. More so the actress. I thought the actress playing...
I was going to say.
No, the character is like weird.
Mrs. Sleepy.
But I thought the actress did a great job.
As a millennial.
And I'd never seen her in a movie before.
Oh, yeah, fair.
And I was like, man, she's really good at whatever this is that she's portraying. This
what she was supposed to be, she was that exactly.
Yeah, man, I thought she was great.
She probably hung out in Tucson. For real. Her husband has a flannel.
Son, you should have seen some of the outfits these people had on. Oh, it's crazy.
She did.
Like, you don't have to dress like that. You can come watch this movie.
That guy wearing all denim?
Yeah, you can just come watch this movie and dress like a normal person. You don't have to, like, I had khaki shorts and a polo shirt. You don't have
Probably
to.
looks odd.
They were like, who the hell is this? You had fucking
Weirdo.
narc? Yeah.
East Coast.
This guy's a cop. Everybody put the weed pail your way. Cops here.
Oh, man. So I don't know if you. So one of the things I really liked is at the beginning of the movie, man, when they're you're getting the briefing about the mission and all that stuff, and the like HQ squad, they're like betting on who's gonna survive. I thought that was a pretty funny little bit to throw in there.
What's going on here? Nothing. Just our daily meeting.
Just our daily meeting.
There's a couple really good scenes.
That and the I love the scene watching John Cena dance around in that freaking polo shirt, dude. When they were at the bar. He had on a Lacoste as if it could have been any other brand.
Right.
Belly polo shirt. He's like
you
dancing.
can almost see his belly button.
All stiff in this bar. I thought that was another big like of mine. It was
He's getting jacked.
really funny.
Then
Yeah.
Jack.
No, but he's real big.
He was thick in this movie with 3 C's.
Yeah. You could tell too that he's really hitting the juice too because of how his veins are.
Yeah.
Whoop the Rock's ass.
You think so?
No.
We didn't know because Rock won in Furious 9.
Oh, they wrestled 3 times.
The Rock isn't in crappy movies like Suicide Squad and Furious 9.
Yeah, go watch The Mummy Returns. And he was in Furious 8 and Furious 7.
And the Scorpion King 3.
He was also in Jungle Cruise, which is better than this movie.
Hey, Cena's just starting.
I would say that.
Also, I don't even want to get into this.
Cena has no shot.
Cena's a nobody to me. It's just better than The Rock.
But what's your likes? Let's get to
I like that Chris Hemsworth would beat both their asses.
Okay.
No, I liked about the movie, like I said, I really like the specific character's own storyline.
Okay.
Like, we're in the spoiler territory.
Right.
Harley Quinn goes on her own little journey. That was an amazing journey.
Which I was like,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I was like, this better be going somewhere, or this is dumb, and it did go somewhere.
Yeah, like you said, emphasizes her craziness.
Yeah.
And we talked about this a little off screen, but so we've seen Joker and we've seen Harley Quinn, and in my opinion, the difference between like a who's the Joker from Suicide Squad? Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
We've seen a Jared Leto Joker who tries to be crazy,
Right.
or is like he
Tricks.
flaunts that he's
Right.
crazy,
A bunch of tricks and
lays
knives
around
and-
knives,
yeah,
and that's who he is.
Yeah.
Then you got a Harley Quinn, and we said this off screen. What I was talking about was girls play better crazy than guys, in my opinion. And the way they do it, I feel the passion more from craziness.
Okay.
I compared it. Go ahead.
I was just saying, then I feel like the Joker wise, like a Heath Ledger was the kind of guy who justified it, so he didn't know he was crazy. Like crazy people don't know they're crazy,
Right.
And he did that to the T. Like I'm more believable.
She knows she's crazy.
that Heath Ledger was the greatest of all time. She knew she was crazy, but she's also like, you know how sometimes
But she's got.
it's
She's
been
like
known
got,
that females emphasize their craziness.
Right. She's got like split personalities, and they're both crazy, and she almost laughs at them both. Honestly.
So good.
Have you seen the Nevers? This is the person that I compared it to. Have you seen the show The Nevers?
Dude, Courtney and I just started that the other night. We've
Don't
watched.
tell him anything.
No, please don't. We've watched one episode, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty good." I'm looking for. It's not
It's
good.
always no. I said D to D.
Oh. So I can't wait to watch more.
Then you'll.
All right, cool. Yeah, don't tell me,
I'm not
please.
gonna say anything else.
It's so funny. I haven't heard
It's
anybody.
so good.
I haven't heard anybody mention that show.
It's
And
only
we do-
6 episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed because I don't know when there's
Six more coming.
There's
Yeah.
a 12 episode season, but they haven't disclosed when the next 6 are coming out.
Never.
That would be funny. The last 6
It
are
is
the
not.
Nevers.
It was all a scheme.
And ironically enough, there's 6 letters in Nevers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch it too?
No, but I'm going to.
You should.
Okay.
You should for a reason that I'd like to say. but I
Okay,
can't
then
say.
we'll talk. Let me catch
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and then we'll reconvene on that.
There's a specific line.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
All
There's
right.
a specific line that I love.
Okay.
And Harley Quinn is her crazy. Like some of the stuff that she says in this, I'm just like, I love.
Oh yeah.
I think that you're crazy for real. Like you're nuts. You're nuts.
Margot Robbie.
Yes.
Okay.
Her crazy is believably
I mean,
crazy to me.
she is from Australia.
Right.
You know, that's where England sent all their
Like
criminals.
she gets done banging the dude, and she's sitting there talking about marrying him, and he's talking about, she's questioning about this, and then the next thing you know, she shoots him.
He says one thing,
Right.
Yeah.
pop off.
I really
told
like you
myself.
and all.
Yeah. Red flags.
Red
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that monster in your pants, but I had to
Oh,
shoot
that
you.
was funny. Yeah. That was a funny
And
line.
you're a lot cuter now with all that hate leaking out of your heart.
Oh yeah. Her accent is great.
It was
That's
such a
hot.
good scene. But beyond those scenes, like there's so many little scenes that I think are really underrated that I enjoyed.
Okay.
Like his daughter came to see Idris Elba in jail, and they're yelling. He's like,
the
"Fuck
art-
you!
the-
Fuck you!" They're just screaming at each other through the glass.
And then they just cool down.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good scene. It's a joking bad father scene, but it's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
It is funny because like the whole thing is that he's in jail. She got caught stealing. He's mad. He's not mad that she was stealing. He's mad she didn't take a lookout and got caught. Like it's crazy.
And
That-
she says, "You don't care," and he's like, "I care. You got caught doing something stupid." And then when they start arguing about it, it's like, "I'm not a good person. Don't be around me."
Told
Yeah.
you to stay away from me.
She's a good actress. She's in that show Euphoria. And, yeah,
Which is a crazy
it
issue.
is a crazy show. But it's funny you mentioned that because that leads me right into my dislikes, which is.
We moving to dislikes.
Do you have any more likes that we really need to hit?
I really
specific
enjoyed
scene?
Pete Davidson's cameos. I thought those were great.
Okay, that's your. I mean, we're gonna. Are we? Do you want to save that for the scenes or?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
well,
I didn't know we were doing scenes.
we do line and scene.
This is my first.
It's likes, dislikes, line, scene, director's house.
Okay.
Line and seeing something different?
Same time. We can say either one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because.
All right.
Give our favorite lines and
Go,
scenes.
go, go.
That's it. Yeah. So just more of the process for you
Yeah,
guys.
it's the process.
It's my first thing.
So I didn't like his backstory though, being as it like he's forced into doing it because of his daughter.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't like that either.
That was the exact same thing they did with Will Smith and Deadshot
Yeah.
in the first one, right? I mean, it was almost identical. Like, hey, we're gonna use your daughter against you to get you.
I
to,
thought they were trying to make them the same people without making them the same people.
Yeah,
Which is. I mean, when we talked about it, he was like, "That's not Will Smith's character." I was like, "I mean, but it is Will
Yeah.
Smith's character."
It would be
And
cool to
they're-
see them both
and
in
they're
the
proud of each other at the end, and the whole like, okay.
If they
Yeah.
could bring it back and joke about it, like, believe this bitch used our daughters, or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
They get in the same room, like, I'm the token here.
So that was my main one. I don't have any, like, if you guys want to, do you have...
Scenes you didn't like?
No, just dislikes in general about the movie. I just didn't like
I didn't
that
think it had a great.
character.
I didn't think it had a
It
great.
was, to me, that was a little lazy. Yeah, it was like...
I didn't think it had a very good plot, and I
Oh, yeah.
really hated the spear thing. I was so hyped up about the spear and how it was going to be utilized, and it was just.
I agree with
Oh,
that.
I'm in your eyeball. Really fucking cool. I thought. I mean, just the way. I mean, it's like, it's just something about the movie that keeps you locked into it the whole time, and then it was just, she just jumped in his eyeball, and then the things fought her in there. Like I feel like there was they could have did something else. I mean, it could have.
Agreed.
It could have struck it, and she had to throw it, and then somebody had to hit it through it. Like it was very passive aggressive. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, that was it. She just jumps into the eyeball.
And it had a lot of the Fast and Furious-y or superhero look.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where everything toward the end just fell into place,
Right to
almost
him.
literally.
Perfectly to him.
When Idris Elba fell 6 stories and was right there to shoot the
To
bad
save
guy.
the rat girl.
But also, I didn't like the use of the rats.
Well, they didn't really.
What?
They didn't really use them until.
When everyone was getting overrun by the starfish-obsessed people, and she just called the rats from the city. A, there's not that many rats. That was a little.
You ever lived in
a little
Baltimore?
too much.
A lot of rats in Baltimore.
Maybe. But
And they would have been way bigger than those. Those rats down there, bro. When I lived downtown, some of the rats, I'm telling you, them rats down there are different.
I'm just saying, if you
Chernobyl
have that
rats.
power that she had, obviously she basically killed the starfish herself. You have that much power and you don't use any of your power at all until the very end.
Never.
I don't like that.
Not one time.
That's one scene I didn't like.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that for sure.
I do wish we would have got some of those early characters a little bit more too.
I was just thinking that too. It was a very odd choice
Yeah.
to kill off. I mean,
It's a major character.
10 people. At
Pete
the
was
beginning.
I was laughing
Yeah,
hard at Pete
right,
Davidson.
right, and there's some very good humor when they're in that truck together. Like one of my favorite lines is when they're in that truck together, and I'm like, this is going to be good. And they just get on the beach, and when they do the bit of flashback, I'm like, all right, cool, we're going to get an hour
Yeah,
of this,
that's
and
what
it
I
goes.
thought. Oh, here
it's
goes
like
some
3
more
days
beach.
later, and then it goes right back to the beach scene, and everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Like, damn, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I was like, okay, well, we'll get to see him. I
Right.
understand that for sure. I was thinking the same thing. But they basically killed everyone that was involved in the first movie,
Right.
aside from Amanda Waller, because you need her, Rick Flag, and Harley Quinn, because you can't kill Harley Quinn, right?
Yeah, why would you kill Boomerang?
Boomerang. You can kill. Who was it? Some of the ones I didn't care about, but like Pete Davidson was funny. I would have liked to have him stick around. Or,
Yeah, at least like a cameo.
Yeah.
He could have been the betrayer at the end, and it would have just been funny.
Yeah. All right, so lines. You said.
Favorite lines?
Yeah.
You can go.
Okay. No, good.
Chris stole mine at the beginning. No, John, you said you
That
had
was in the commercials.
Can I do two?
Was it really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
it's definitely in the preview.
Ah, well, it's still hilarious. I forgot about it, I guess, or I didn't see it. And,
That is a funny line.
it's great.
I'll do a Peacemaker line when they're in one of the. I think they're in the van, or no, they're walking through the woods and they're talking. He's like they're talking about peace and all that. He says, "I cherish peace with all my heart, but I don't care how many men, women, and children I have to kill to get it." And nobody says anything. Everybody just keeps walking. I'm like,
yeah.
does anybody realize how crazy that sounds?
It was insane.
And then I want to do one more. At
Please.
the very beginning, very beginning, because this is where I was hyped up about just the banter between them. I can't remember the guy's name.
Pete Davidson,
Is that who I'm thinking of?
the Mexican.
No, that's the guy from the Manhattan, the tattoo
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
No, not him. It's the other dude, the Boomerang guy.
Yeah,
He's
Boomerang.
talking to the other guy. The one dude's talking to the foreign guy's talking to the other guy. He's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "ATK." And he's like, "Well, what's ATK stand for?" And he's like, "It's just my name." And the other guy's like, "Your name's just letters?" He said, "Everybody's name is letters, you dickhead." I don't know why. I laughed so hard at Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I laughed so
Me
hard
too.
at
Me
that
too.
scene.
That was
I was
Yeah.
so happy. I was like,
Yeah.
I was sitting. I mean, I was laughing out loud, and Jen was like,
too.
"Shut up!"
Yeah.
I'm like, "This is gonna be good
With the-
because
yeah.
this guy is a damn buffoon. The other guy's name is literally just letters.
Yeah.
We got a weasel in here. We got the dumbass captain. Like this is the
Pete
dialect.
Davidson was
The
funny.
dialect
This is a
between-
weasel kick. This thing works for me.
Right. The dialect between them is going to be so good,
Yeah.
and then we introduced, like I thought we, they introduced
Keep
Idris
that
Elba,
going,
and then obviously Peacemaker introduced all that energy. I was like, I'm excited about this, and it did.
Yeah.
It just shut, and
Everybody's name's letters, dickhead. Dude, I was cracking up the second time because I saw that line twice,
Yeah.
and I was cracking
it's just
up.
some of those like low key jokes. That I was like, that's awesome. That was perfectly timed.
Yep.
But yeah.
So I'm not gonna say the best scene, and if you don't say it, then we're gonna talk about it after.
Yeah, that's fine.
But my favorite thing, so I got to do the whole setup for it.
Please.
There's this guy who just tags along. His name's Milton, right? And he's just trying to help. He's a regular guy. He gets killed.
He's a driver.
Milton.
He's a driver.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
gets killed. And then they're like, "Oh my God, Milton's dead." And Harley Quinn goes, "Who's Milton?" And they're like, "He's been with us the whole time." And she's like, "I think I'd remember that." And as an audience member, you're kind of relating, like, it's that guy, right? Like you're trying to think that's what I'm thinking about. So she's like, "No, it's not." And they're in the middle of a fight scene. It's like, "No, no." And then she runs by the dead body. She's like, "Oh, okay, I get it." And then after the entire movie's over, they kill the animal, they whatever. She walks right up to Idris Elba's character and goes, "It's been fun fighting with you, Milton." And he goes, "Not my name." And she's like, "We had a 30-minute conversation about your name being Milton."
That part was really
I
good.
was done.
That part was really,
I
really
was
good.
done.
I'm so glad they put a really good joke.
Yeah,
in
that
at the end of
setup.
the
That
movie.
setup is
Yeah.
all. She said, "It's been fun working with you, Milton."
That's what I'm saying. Another time
Yeah.
where her crazy is so well,
It was
it's so
awesome.
perfectly done. Whoever does the writing for her character, it's got to be a little bit off because
Well, in this case, it'd be James Gunn.
James
that
Yeah.
He's
very,
good. He's
very,
good.
very good with
Yeah.
the writing for her character.
Yeah.
Like that scene specifically is
Yeah.
is just a good little hint of how off the wall nuts that she is.
Yeah.
I was dead.
Is that your line or is it?
No.
That's it. That's
I'm
what
just,
I'm
I'm
saying.
still, I'm
That's
thinking
it.
about the starfish line again, because that killed me, man.
I have another scene, but I want you to do
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we have the same scene for sure.
I have two other lines that I had written down just in case.
Yep.
One was when they're infiltrating the beach at the beginning.
Yeah.
They all jump out of the plane, they land in the water, and they're swimming up. The weasel jumps out of the plane
First, right?
early,
Yeah, okay.
right? Or maybe I think they might all be in the water because what's his face swims down to get him. But the weasel lands in the water and just starts frantically screaming and is like, "Rah, rah," and Flag from up in the plane is like, "Did anybody check to see if the weasel could swim?" And
Got
then
completely quiet.
it cuts to him and then Waller, and they're all just like,
Everybody's looking dead.
He's just,
drowns.
he's just dead.
"He drowned."
The weasel dead.
Which is fine because if I had to stare at that thing the whole movie, I'd have been pissed. But man, that
You might have to.
that killed me. And then
That's actually a callback to the comics because there was a
Okay.
weasel character that was just useless and got killed.
yeah.
Kill
And then,
29 children.
yeah. And then the other one is after, like, it cuts back to Bloodsport and his crew, and they're walking up through, like, after they've walked off the beach, they're walking through the woods, and Bloodsport tells Peacemaker to eat a bag of dicks, and he says something, and he's like, "You're talking?" He's like, "Oh man," he says something about like the.
Instead of this for freedom, I need a.
If this entire beach was covered with dicks, and I had to eat them in the name of freedom,
Yeah.
I would do it or something like so.
I'd eat all them dicks.
Yeah, dude, that part was.
And then Idris Elba was like, "I think you're just looking for a reason to eat the penis."
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the banter between them two is pretty good.
yeah,
because-
man. It was.
Yeah, because he's like, who's he do? He's specialized in hand-to-hand combat and can use anything as a weapon. He's like, and everyone's been chosen for their unique skills. Then they get to the next guy and he says the same thing. Idris Elba's like, "What the hell? It's the same person as me."
Yeah, no, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Because I shoot through the holes that you shot already.
Yeah,
And how do
smaller
you do that?
bullets, smaller bullets. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
just
man.
talking about it, you may not appreciate the levels of humor in this
The
movie.
humor in it, like I said, is the reason that I gave it the rating that I gave it.
Yeah.
So we
Again,
gotta talk about the scene now.
Yeah.
Please go, because I'm anxious to
Yeah.
see what you guys are talking about.
so hands down, my favorite
One of the
part, and
funniest
what,
scenes I've seen in the
what
movie.
felt like the most real scene in the movie to me is that when they lose
Flag is
when
captured.
they lose Flag and they get into the town, they get into this town, and there's a bunch of of enemies, what you think are enemies, and they're just going through and tearing these people, shooting them, burning them, catching them on fire, blowing them up, shooting them twice. I mean, everything. Rats are eating them.
Quietly sneaking in and just
to
taking
save
them out.
flag. They open up the curtain
where he's being
held
captive,
and he's sitting in there with his shirt off, talking to the girl, drinking tea, completely calm, cool, and collected. And the freedom fighters leader goes, "How did you infiltrate us without any of my men alarming me?" And then every one of them is just standing there and like, we didn't see any of them, man. We didn't see. No, did you see it? There wasn't even any out there.
Like looks at it and goes, "Oh yeah, I was about to get killed. The freedom fighters rescued me."
Yeah.
So he's just chilling there, and he looked back and he goes, "Wait, how come the freedom fighters didn't let me know you were here?" They were like,
You can see.
Wasn't even any out there.
Yeah.
And it really looked like the girl and the writer knew, and the four characters that were there didn't know that they were going to be asked that question at that moment, because I mean they look honestly surprised, like shit.
Idris Elba was like,
we actually didn't see any of them.
Dude, when they first
nobody out there.
Yeah, when they first opened that curtain, the look on their face.
killed all the freedom fighters.
Yeah, she's like,
It's still burning out there.
yeah, man, that.
And what's his name?
I laughed out loud.
Captain Flag is just sitting there like trying not to look behind him because he could just feel the girl looking at him like, oh shit.
Dude, I bet you that he didn't tell them. He probably told those guys, "Hey, you're infiltrating this enemy camp."
Yeah.
So
it looked like, I mean, I know they're actors, but they legitimately looked surprised, and the answers that they all gave seemed real, like it was all ad-lib.
And I've never seen anything like that in a movie. I've seen a million war movies
Yeah.
where you infiltrate a camp to save someone, but I've never seen you kill all your enemies, show up and the guy's not captured. He's just chilling.
He said, "Are you drinking tea?"
Yeah. That's so funny because that was my favorite scene too.
Yeah.
Literally my favorite scene.
It's
So
one of the best scenes I've seen.
And we didn't talk about it ahead of time. They did. I did not know. So that was going to be mine. That part was one of. I laughed out loud so hard.
I actually watched that part 2 different times.
Yeah, it was funny, man. So, would you guys have changed anything about the movie?
Absolutely.
Cool. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that. Well, I mean, I think that the starfish thing. I think that thing sucked.
Oh man,
it was such a shitty evil superpower.
Yeah.
Bad guy goblin thing. I don't think that the Mr. Know-it-all guy. I don't think his character was very good. He wasn't. He wasn't evil enough for me, in my opinion.
This is a movie with a shark person, right? But I still think Mr. Thinker was too exaggerated. He could have just had he could have had Peyton Manning's head, and it would have just made sense.
He could have looked like the Brain from Picking the Brain.
Anything.
Yeah.
But he had like 30 knots in his head, walking around like people were supposed to treat him like normal. It was weird.
Yeah, I think that the evil in this was, I mean, the bad guy in this sucked.
It was just kind of dumb.
Yeah,
it's a big starfish they find in outer space.
And they killed it so easy.
Yeah.
In my opinion. They took it down so damn. All those people that could have, the smaller starfish got a hold of, and then, it was 4 or 5 of them, and some rats.
Yeah.
They killed it so easy.
This was the rats were way too powerful.
Right.
In my opinion, that's what I would have changed.
What's his name ran out of ammo. He didn't even have any guns left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
The starfish, honestly, I think could have been the same if they would have just made it look more evil.
Yeah.
If they made it look like a starfish version, like a starfish had sex with a predator, and the baby shot out looking like an alien hybrid. That doesn't.
So the small ones were similar to that though. When they were flying down and they turned around,
just look scarier would help.
Yeah. When the smaller ones turned, when they were flying down and they looked docile, and then they turned around and their face opened up, and if you would have given me some rotating teeth in there or something like that,
They were like the face huggers.
Yeah.
They were like the face huggers from Aliens.
Yes, yeah. But the big one wasn't that. He never did anything cool. It just had an eye in the
He
middle
just
of his face.
controlled them.
Yeah.
The more people he controlled, the bigger he got.
Yeah, but you would think at that point in the city, they would have destroyed those 5 people, and they didn't. She just jumped in his eyeball, and then the rats got in there.
And I'm glad he died.
Yeah.
One thing I think would have been cool though, if it was a cool character, the starfish, like a cool version, something that people could relate to, like the predator thing we're talking about, or the alien thing. If when you killed the people he possessed, he started shrinking again, and then it shrunk to such a small thing, and then got into the ocean, and then tied that into an Aquaman movie or something, where now movies are starting to connect in the DC universe, and I can appreciate some character development.
Well, maybe this is the start of that.
Hopefully.
You know, maybe.
But they killed this.
Or maybe this is the sequel to, maybe that starfish came out of the ocean, that Aquaman forced them out.
They found it in space.
Okay.
They found it in space.
Maybe Aquaman forced him out of the ocean and sent him to space, and that's how Superman took him out there.
Because when the bad guys introduced him, they showed the video of the astronauts
Yeah.
like fucking hanging out with it in the space shuttle.
Well,
Please.
don't we find out in the movie that the U.S. knew about it the whole time?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Oh yeah, and that's the big thing at the end. That's why he's like, "Hey, you're gonna let us all go?
Right.
Oh, we're gonna tell everybody."
But please, 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 let there be a scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 where they kick a starfish and it just flies into space.
He'd also be the one to do that,
Right.
like something crazy
How
like that.
fire would that be?
Yeah.
How crazy would the fans go if there was like a Marvel DC connection?
Just a small thing like that.
Yeah, like he walks in and kicks a starfish out of the port or something. That would be amazing.
Well, I mean, again, they're setting up for big things, I think, because
Hope so.
James Gunn's got to do Guardians 3, but then I think he's going to be doing a lot of work with DC. Definitely got the Peacemaker show that they end credit scene.
Can they legally?
Yeah, well, because
Not DC.
Oh, you mean like a crossover? I don't think so.
But legally, James Gunn could do it. He could just do.
James Gunn.
James Gunn,
Jesus.
Unrelated, could kick a starfish out of a spaceship.
Yeah.
And not say anything about it.
Yeah, it's just there.
You have
A little
to
bit
connect
of
the
it, yeah.
dots, right?
It means nothing. You'll never go anywhere. But people that saw it will go, "That's fucking awesome."
Kind of like Deadpool when he's like, you know what I hate the most, and it's like he's got the little character of him when he was the worst Deadpool version in X-Men.
Oh yeah.
He's like, no, not that.
"Cool it, Thanos."
I would have just added maybe. I totally respect James Gunn for making his movie
And James Gunn.
exactly the way that he.
James Gunn should have been in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
He's an
I'll
artist.
take him. He's a great actor. Yeah. But I would have at least on the team. Give me at least one more person that I know. Like another DC character that I've heard
Right.
of. Like you mentioned it a little bit, but that was like literally what I had written down was that like give me somebody besides Harley Quinn, right? But like you mentioned Deathstroke, we could have seen Deathstroke.
Right.
We could. I mean, there are so many DC characters. He picked all the ones that nobody knows unless you're like
that gives you that character
super.
build he was talking about, where
Yeah.
it's more than just comedy.
Yeah.
And terrible. I mean, I think the
It isn't. It
plot
isn't.
of the movie is not. I mean, it's just not very good. But the comedy and the just the ridiculousness
Carries
of it,
it.
it kind of carries
The
the
way it
movie.
works sucks.
It's like a comic. It's like you kick somebody, bam, punch somebody, pow, kind of thing. I mean, it's very comic
watch it like a
booky.
comedy.
Yeah, you do, and it's a comic comedy. I mean, that's what it is. Which differentiates from the Marvel movies, because they're actual stories with.
And you understand-
if they didn't have superpowers and they were just actors going through similar life situations like that, I could still watch those movies. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You couldn't take away these guys' powers, and I wouldn't be able to. I don't think it would be good.
It'd be Fast and Furious.
It would be.
But
I can't wait
to that point,
Powers.
the rats, right? That was my biggest takeaway. Honestly, if Superman would have just came in, killed the starfish, and flew away, it would have been a better ending.
Oh, if he would have took the spear and flew through it with the spear,
just came down.
So good.
Or
They
even
couldn't do
Aquaman
it.
because they were close to water,
Oh my
right?
god! If the
Somebody-
spear was Aquaman's in the
Or
end,
something like
If
that.
one of the
turned
superheroes
into a
was-
trident.
Hire us.
James Caan, Gunn, get your shit together.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All in all, though, I think it's watchable.
Do you think what we just did is how people come up with ideas
In a writer's
for
room,
movies?
100%.
We should do something. We should
I mean,
write an episode.
they have the comic books there, and I'm sure they have all kinds of resources. But they'll be. I have to imagine it's like
Banter.
bouncing ideas and just like.
And then there's somebody
Can
in
you
the
imagine?
corner who writes fast, and they're
Right.
they're dictating
Yeah.
it all or whatever.
Because somebody was definitely like, "What if the villain was a big fucking starfish?"
Right.
You know.
Well,
Like,
no, that was also actually a villain in the
Call it
comics.
I get that. I know it's a yeah.
Continue.
I have no doubt that all these characters are real in the universe. I just was like, you have,
Those
you have the
I'm just
whole-
saying those are. Right, I'm with you. Those are the
Yeah.
ones they pick.
I thought I was going to hate the shark character. I did not hate the shark.
I didn't. I
Sylvester
didn't. They
Stallone,
put
yeah.
they put
I thought
him in
I
the
was
movie as much as they needed him. Similar to like Groot.
Just a little comic.
Yeah.
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 You put him in there as much. Yeah.
You guys ready to score?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who got? Who wants to go first?
I went up. I'm going 7-2.
Okay.
I was in the 60s yesterday, but before we even started this review, I was like, there's a lot of stuff in there I laughed at, and a lot of things
You'll watch it
that
again?
Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
that Harley Quinn did that I was like, good for them. But I recommended it to Wilson this morning, which is really enjoyed and will recommend.
She came around.
Multiple times is 8.
What are you guys doing? We were coming up there to save you. Oh, you were gonna save me? You gonna go back in there? You guys come in there and save me still?
Idris Elba goes, that's patronizing.
She is really good in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6.5.
Shut up.
Is that yours?
Yep.
Yeah, 6.5. Because I was looking.
So the average right at 7.2. Perfect.
No, that's good.
Just in case you guys don't believe me.
And because like I'm trying to compare it, like and just think about last week, and I did enjoy Jungle Cruise. I think more like as just an overall package.
What did we give Jungle?
I gave Jungle Cruise a 6.6.
What did I give?
I was higher than that.
So I was higher too, right?
You gave it a 6.8, and you gave it a 7.3.
7.3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen gave it a 7 too.
Courtney gave what? Suicide Squad?
Yeah. No.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
Courtney gives Suicide Squad a 7.3.
Hey!
So yeah, she really liked it. So yeah, there you go. That's a woman's perspective on it as well.
2 women.
Yep.
You're making me crazy. John got me this shirt, by the way. Look how nice it is.
Yep. So all right, well that's it, guys. The scores are locked in. Suicide Squad in the books. Last thing we're gonna do this evening is recap the ultimate Blockbuster Night.
He got the winning votes today. I look at his
No.
face.
100%.
No.
I'm gonna go grab the bottle.
Okay.
Keep up,
Okay.
keep up.
So last episode we drafted teams for an ultimate adventure movie night. And let's see here. John's team was
You went to the wrong way.
John's team
Oh.
was The Goonies, Avatar, The Wizard of Oz,
No.
Stargate, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. My team was Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl,
Great movie.
National Treasure, King Kong, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. That's the first one with The Rock and Kevin Hart, and then The Lost City of Z. And if I will caveat this, after we did all this, because we did it on the fly, and
His first 2 picks were 5.
and if I had thought more about this, I wish I had included a space adventure in my list.
Space Jam?
No, it would have been Ad Astra. I would have included that. That would have been
That's a pretty good movie.
instead of Jumanji. I would have put Ad Astra in there just because I think it's a
What
great
about, did I pick space movie or not?
Stargate. Dude, so many people were like, "What's Targa?" Right? Because I had to cut off the poster.
Oh!
So many people.
I'm making the goddamn poster next time, you son of a bitch!
No, it had nothing to do with that.
Oh.
Most people got it. Most people got it. And in the post,
know.
I wrote it all out.
Yeah, I saw it.
And then so Team C, Chris's team was The Mummy, Hook, Back to the Future, The Three Musketeers, the 1993 version, and Jumanji. 1994, the original with Robin Williams. So the scores are as follows, okay? We had one team with 13 votes. We had one team with 16 votes. And we had one team with 17 votes.
Sam's got 17, 100%. Look how big it's swelling! I knew for sure before this started.
Chris
No.
got 17 votes. Yep.
Every time.
Yep.
You can't win. You guys can't win.
I had 16 and Johnny had 13.
I'm not. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop picking old movies. All you young bitches out there, you know what I mean? Here's the problem: you guys haven't seen good movies.
Yeah, that's also it.
If you're, you know what? I'm just not gonna pick movies that've been on VHS before. That's all I'm gonna do.
I ain't hooked on VHS.
I thought that this appealed to an older crowd, and I am wrong.
Literally every movie on Chris's list was released on VHS. Like
I gave him 2 of those.
Yeah.
You gave me Jumanji by picking the worst one.
But again, going back and doing
He
this
didn't even
again-
know what he wrote down. If you watch the movie review, he wrote 7 letters down. He's like, "What is M?
Yeah.
What was M?"
Yeah. So again,
Congrats, though.
I wouldn't have picked it. I would have gone Ad Astra. I wouldn't have even picked that one. I wanted to.
It was kind of an impromptu one.
It was. We
And
didn't
it was
think
fun.
it was
I
fun.
need to spray paint the hat.
It was. Yeah, we still haven't done that.
I have the hat.
Yeah.
Have you won all 3?
Yeah.
God damn.
What are you talking
dude.
about?
Now you get to make up a rule, right?
Chris also doesn't pick his favorite movies. He picks movies that you think like you people are going to vote for.
Wow.
So
And by you people, he
The-
means
the audience.
the lovely audience.
yeah.
James,
Not
and
you. He didn't mean unvaccinated people. He meant you.
I. All you James Caan fans.
Oh man. But look, this also gave me like I almost watched The Three Musketeers because I have never seen it. So you already know that. Don't act so surprised. You know I
said you were
haven't
gonna
seen
watch it.
I almost did. I couldn't get Celine. I kept, hey, Celine, you want to watch a movie? Celine, you want to watch a movie? Every time she's like, nah, I just want to chill in my room.
Ah, kids.
You know what she bought? She saved up her money all year. She got straight A's all year. So she got a lock. No, she's not allowed to lock.
Headphones.
She got $25 for every quarter that she got straight A's. I told her if she got straight A's all year, she would get a bonus, $100.
Nice.
So she got straight A's all year. Yep, she made.
Gotta say her age for context.
She is 11.
Okay, press.
Okay, yeah, she's a teenager.
She's 18
Still
now.
not easy to do though.
It's not.
Yeah, for sure.
But especially a whole year of virtual learning, it was a nightmare.
You can cheat.
She did great. So anyway, she went and bought a skateboard. That's what she wanted to buy.
Nice.
So she got like a longboard. So
Cool.
Little
dude,
longboards are awesome.
I took her to shout out to
the same age.
Kaysville Bicycles or whatever it is, right over there by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I took her there. They
Right
were
next
super
to Reliable.
reliable next to Burger and Sausage Company. A lot of good local businesses right there. The guy was super cool.
Kaysville Gourmet.
He was very because he's a skateboarder himself. So he was just helping us out. I don't know a lot about it. He hooked her up, man, and she got the board. I got her. She paid for the board. That was her money. But I bought her a helmet and some wrist guards. So it's been kind of hot and rainy. So she hasn't taken it outside, but she's been getting her steps and launches down inside on the hardwood because those thick wheels on a longboard. I mean, they're smooth, man. They just roll.
Yeah.
So I know she's like itching to take it out. So we get
Hey,
Take
congratulations.
it to like a basketball court. You can go to Banter, right?
take her there. I think there's a skate park in Lansdowne.
Yeah, I would take her there.
Yeah, that's a bowl.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, got it.
Yeah, you
Okay,
want to.
okay. I just want something smooth.
Yeah.
That's all.
Basketball court, Devere,
Okay.
Banter.
All right. So yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Anyway,
High School.
the point was I wanted her to watch it with me. She wasn't feeling it.
She on the time for you. Now she definitely ain't gonna watch it.
Yeah. And shout out to my brother Adam.
Shout out.
He also was like, dude, how come nobody picked Galaxy Quest? You guys ever seen Galaxy
Yeah,
Quest?
I really enjoyed Galaxy.
So that when he said it, I was like, oh yeah, like that could have also been a good space one that I could have put.
I don't
on
think
there.
I would have picked it over any of mine.
Yeah. He texted me his whole list.
Oh, cool.
I almost asked him to come on tonight, but I didn't know what our plan was. So maybe in like the next
The
week or
next
two.
draft we can have him on.
Yes. So stand by for that.
Since he's,
2 weeks, right?
it's not even worth doing.
You do week off, week on. Is that how you've been doing it, or 3
We
off, 3?
don't have a schedule. We kind of just been doing our thing.
This is our first episode.
So next week, it's our first episode. Chris is learning. It's okay.
Rushing.
James Gun, right?
Becoming guys.
He's
Next-
the same way at fantasy football. I swear
I
to
bet,
God, I'm
yeah.
dead.
I
But
bet.
I'll be in the championship a lot.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, so next week will be our 50th episode.
Oh,
okay,
shoot.
and also the episode will come out on the 1 year anniversary that we started this, the movie reviews. So first episode we recorded August 20th, 2020. We'll record the 19th next week, and then that Friday is August 20th. So
Y'all took 2 weeks off?
1 year to the day. Well,
Had to have.
we did. So
52-week year.
movie awards, we took a week off,
And
and
then
then the movie
watching the
awards. Movie awards. I'm sorry, movie.
Rewards and movie.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, we missed it, but 50. Hey man.
Hey.
So next week we're gonna do a double feature.
Naked.
Double feature episode for the
Next week we're not wearing pants. You guys will
anniversary.
know it, but we're not
Yeah,
wearing
we'll be
pants.
nude from the waist down.
And soon, not now, but soon, we're gonna start talking about what this year's movie awards are gonna look like. 'Cause
Yep.
It's gonna take some planning and some strategy.
Yep.
And
Probably be 20 people again because the way the COVID is going. So.
We're
Facts.
regressing. Yeah.
COVID's back.
So we're gonna review The Green Knight, which is a recent release. I think it's still in theaters.
The preview
Looks great. And then to pair it with another medieval type movie, we're gonna do The King, which is on Netflix, which is a sequel
Yeah,
to
do 2 movies.
2 movies.
You got that. It's Wednesday.
We can find a fill in if you
You
want.
might have seen it
Want to
already.
stand
Have
in?
you seen The King? The sequel to Braveheart?
It's on Netflix.
No.
One's on Netflix, one we gotta go to
I
theaters.
have plenty of time.
Yep.
Plenty of time.
So much time in my life.
Yep. So there we go. 2 movies. Let's do a shot. What do
This
we got,
here
Sean?
is called Number One.
Number one.
Shout out to my boy Lonnie. He gets this to get this tequila. So this is from
That's high-end shit.
This is from the West Coast,
Stuff.
and you
Oh.
can't get it. You used to be able to get it shipped here for like a ridiculously astronomical fee. Like one bottle was $135, and they're like $65, $60 to ship it or something like that because they don't come over here. They're slowly working their way here, but they don't. It's just not here a lot. So
Okay.
what he had to do is he had a family member come into a. They live in San Diego. They bought him a case.
Mm-hmm.
They flew to like his cousin's house who lives in North Carolina, who was going to New York, and he lives in Virginia, but he had family in Virginia Beach. They were stopping in Virginia Beach on the way to New York. His sister, who lives in Virginia Beach or something like that, got the case from them in Virginia Beach, who then drove it to. It was a whole.
I feel like I'm on a magic school.
That's what I'm saying. When he explained to me how he got in here, I was like, this. That you should own a logistic company, because that's the most insane thing. I can't get UPS to deliver me shit in that amount of time. I don't know how you manage all that, and they came here and all the bottles.
It sounds like a magic school bus editorial.
That's literally the perfect tequila to cap off an episode where we're talking about adventures.
Yes, facts. That's the point.
Oh my god!
And what's the name of it?
Number one.
Number Juan.
Yep.
Double good.
Yep, 100%
Paying attention.
agave.
You're still watching.
Extra añejo, which means it was aged more than 3 years.
Okay.
It's a Reposado. That's the color. It's gonna be delicious. This is so
Tequila when it's out of the freezer, dude. It's like
so. I don't drink a lot of tequila cold.
Really?
No, I don't.
I'll
sip it cold, like on ice.
Yeah.
I like tequila for the exact flavor of a nice warm shot, but this is.
So what does this go for? What do you get that for?
A normal bottle is probably going to cost you about $140, $160 somewhere.
$30 shot.
Yeah, if you try to get, I mean, you're probably not going to get a shot of this anywhere over here, but if you're ever on the West Coast, you could get shots probably
dude,
$20 to $40.
I bet you we went to this place in Tucson, Boca Tacos and Tequila. Shout out to them, fire.
Shout out.
They have so many tequilas. I bet you this was on the
Next
bar.
time you're out,
if I ever go back,
we'll taste it first, but
Yeah.
I think you're going to enjoy this a lot.
Cheers.
To Breezy.
Cheers,
Please
guys.
spit it out.
Oh, that's smooth.
Oh yeah.
That's really good.
Baby
Really
bottom
good.
smooth.
Go on an adventure and get you a bottle.
Real talk for real movies and real listen. Real
Thank you.
life from real hype and film
All right.
underrated, appreciated, or real
Stop
rated.
voting
You let
for
us know
Chris,
at Law
man.
Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And dreams like in the past, you gotta go better. And like Jesse didn't show up, and we gon' let her. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster, it's so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, or release the lie. Apocalypto, go against the grain like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Land and Nick Mullins. Educators tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave Arnold. Let us look to the future, event horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop, and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops, and listen to the real life movie talk. Movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.